We got to get going right away. We're going to bring
Yep.
in our two guests. Would you introduce them for us?
Chase Turner, CEO of SD Bullion, and for the first time, we're having on the managing director of sales for the Royal Canadian Mint, Lauren Whitmore. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Great to be here.
Great to have you, Chase, on your live stream. You call this, and I quote, the biggest silver bullion launch in the world. You stand by that?
I do. I really do. Yep. Yeah, I mean, look, I would say the more that SD Bullion gets exposure to the worldwide markets, you start to fully grasp like what the Royal Canadian Mint is doing all over the world, right? When you're just stacking and you're just a small bullion company, you don't have exposure to that. And so when you really understand their reach and you understand just really how popular the 1 ounce silver maple leaf has been and its dominance, and you get to take the market, the first ever 5 ounce silver maple leaf coin, I do think it is the biggest silver bullion launch in over a decade because of the significance of the 1 ounce. And I just don't think we've seen from a silver bullion perspective, from a stacking perspective, of something that is going to live on. 10 years from now, you're going to be able to look back and say you're able to get your hands on the first ever 5 ounce maple. I'm expecting it to have almost as much popularity as the 1 ounce maple in the world in the next decade. So yeah, I do stand by that, and you can challenge me if you want.
No, look at the radial lines on that. The security
That's
features,
insane.
man. Isn't that mate? That and the privy, right? I don't know if I can zoom in that tight.
Yeah, it's got the 2026 in that, right, Lauren?
Yeah, it's a laser mark that coincides with the year every time we do a coin. That's sort of the convention that we've used.
Very
Wow.
nice. Now, how long did it take to get something like this out? What's the process in a nutshell? I don't expect you to tell me every detail here, but what does it take?
Well, first of all, the decision to release a 5 ounce silver coin on whatever design is something we've been thinking about for many, many years. And it took us a long time to finally pull the trigger. So it's been many years in the making in terms of the broader perspective of this coin. But in terms of this actual coin itself, the process is pretty similar for most coins in the sense that you conceive of a new coin that you want to offer in the market. And we felt the market timing was great to introduce a new coin into the market when we just conceived of this. In terms of this specific design, we've been talking to SD Bullion for quite a while, and we've talked among ourselves for a number of years, as I said. But by the time we kind of zoned in on the fact that we want to do a single maple design, what we do is we engage generally 3 different artists. We provide them with the broad concept. We engage different artists. We select the one that we think is the best, that fits the concept that we've laid out to the artist. It goes through a number of internal approvals, and then we make sure that the economics of each coin works for both us and our partners and for the marketplace. And then once we're happy with the design, we submit that to the minister's office, and that is subject to approval. It tends to be done not every single day, but periodically in bulk for a number of different coins. So there's always a period of time to wait for that. And so yeah, typically, from conception to final coin, it can take 12 to 18 months.
We had pitched the Royal Canadian Mint in, I believe, April of 24 of a 5 ounce maple, having no idea that they were already considering that. And we actually tell that story in much more detail in our most recent video on the YouTube channel. So I'm not going to tell the whole story again. But yeah, it took probably almost a year just to get a full affirmative answer that yes, we would do a 5 ounce together, and yes, we would have the exclusive on it. And then from there, it went into the design, which was really hard, and the teams did a great job pulling it off. And I was actually quite reluctant to take the stem off of the maple leaf that we've all been buying for years, but it made sense. You have this grand canvas on a 5 ounce and this grand maple, and so they blew the maple up. And I remember telling Cole, I was like, a big leaf? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. And then whenever we saw it in person together with Lauren and Tom a couple
Beautiful.
months ago, I was just like, wow, this is incredible. I just picked up mine today, and I'm waiting to pick up more. I mean, they're beautiful coins. I'm not able to see your screen, Yankee, but like the
Yeah,
detail on the leaf is just
it is.
amazing.
And that leaf, okay, is a unique leaf. It's the red maple. The one that's on the 1 ounce that we're very familiar with is the sugar maple. This is the red maple. Now, I have literally have a sugar maple right outside my window, but I am surrounded by red maples in my property. All right. So red maple is actually the most common maple in the United States. Was that a consideration? Was that a reason you've changed or put the red maple on there?
Yeah,
The amount of red maples?
a few things. Now, this is a collaboration between the two parties, but certainly the fact that it was the most common maple species. I believe there are. Well, I'm no botanist. I believe there are 10 species of maple leaf, and so we like the fact that it was very commonly observable. I think the fact that it's the most common, the fact that you think about our flag, the maple leaf in the flag is red, as are the borders of our flag. So it made sense from that perspective. And I just think the symmetry and the shape of that maple leaf was a really strong image. And yeah, so those things kind of converged to come up with the design we had.
How is the product both similar and also unique to the 1 ounce?
Yeah, in terms of how it's similar, so you've obviously talked about some of the security features. So there's definitely similarity in that sense. The use of the maple. I think what's common, it's a maple leaf, and it's slightly different maple leaf, which we've just covered. But the idea is it's a single, simple, iconic image, and design is a matter of personal taste.
Mm-hmm.
My own personal taste is something simple, distinct, clear, uncluttered, and I think it ticked all of those boxes, as does the our 1 ounce maple leaf coin as well. In terms of some other differences, the packaging. So we have encapsulated the 5 ounce coin as well to protect it additionally.
Mm-hmm.
It's also available in a smaller total ounce monster box. So it's 180 ounces. So it's in terms of buying a sealed box, you're able to buy it in smaller bundles. So that might be attractive to certain folks. And it's funny, going back to what Chase said, I had actually never held a 5 ounce silver bullion coin in my hand before. And it's quite impressive to hold, and just the weight of it, it feels very substantial. So absolutely very pleased. And again, just providing just a different platform to invest in silver. We thought the market needed something fresh and new at the time we conceived of this, and really pleased with the outcome.
Yeah, now that the America the Beautiful series is over, it's nice to see this. 5 ounces is just
Yep.
incredible to hold, I'll tell
It
you.
occurred to us there was that void in the market as well, and that's what sort of accelerated some of our thinking a few years ago. And then, as we've described, we had some discussion subsequent to that, and here we are.
One thing you said about buying a monster box, there's only 180 ounces if you buy the 5 ounce in a quote monster box, right? But so it's going to be sealed from the mint. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay. So Chase, we were kind of talking about this before. This is kind of a unique opportunity to get a sealed monster box at a less expensive price point than if you buy the 1 ounce, right?
Yeah, I mean it's almost a third, dollar per dollar. So that was exciting for me personally because I can't afford a sealed monster box of 1 ounce maples, but I really have it on my bucket list to buy a sealed box of the 5 ounce before they all sell out over the next several months. Just because I know, like, being in the business long enough, getting your hands on a sealed box at the first ever issue of a release like this, not opening it for a very long time is going to pay dividends in the future. Like, I know that for a fact because I've seen it with other series. So that's my objective, and it's nice that it's within striking range. It's only 180 ounces instead of 500. And just to reiterate, every coin does come in a protective plastic, airtight. So that's also pretty cool. Not many coins, not many bullion coins, I should say, have that come with it for free. So
And
that's nice.
Just want to thank you for the invitation to join you, and yeah, I hope your listeners enjoyed.
Yeah. Just again, just want to thank Lauren for coming on, and it's super exciting to have the Royal Canadian Mint on a show like this. So I think we'll have to do it again in the future if everybody wants to.
Yeah, let's do it.
We definitely got to do this in
Yes.
the future. This was so much fun, Yankee.
A lot of fun. And thank you guys, all of you watching, for joining us tonight. All 600 of you. That was really fun. And as always, we hope your day is A-OK, and keep stacking, right? Don't
Stack
stop.
like a pro.
Stack like a pro. Thanks a lot, everyone.